I applied for a new job.
Oh, yeah?
It's a good opportunity.
Okay.
It's a fun little startup.
All right.
I think they do some kind of turtle conservation or something. I don't know. It's called it has a little bit of a wacky name. I didn't really look into it. The Foot Clan?
Ah,
I don't know what they're all about, but they seem like they dress colorfully and they have cool uniforms, I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the benefits package, superb.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Easy to rise in the ranks, I would think.
I would hope, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's too many members. Are there? I don't know. Again, I never really looked into it too much. So, a bunch of right-wing assholes apparently hate the Odyssey.
Right.
Which is funny because 99% of them haven't seen the movie yet. And here's where I find some humor.
Mm-hmm.
So much like the Bible, most of these people have not read the Odyssey.
Yes.
So they don't know the source material that they have such strong opinions of. I don't understand why they're so upset, but when we had news about casting, it was all over. Yeah. Much like the Supergirl debacle, these people want to hate the movie, I think, to justify their shitty opinions that came out before the movie ever did.
Right.
Like, they just want to hate it. Like, they want to hate Supergirl because the lead actress had opinions, political opinions or something or other.
Honestly, a good chunk of them just didn't want to like it because it was a fucking woman lead.
They just couldn't do it.
Unfortunately, we're back to the time to where like those kind of people have a big microphone and audience now. At least before I feel like we could grow up, like those guys were around, but it was just like always just like when somebody said some shit like that, I was just like, shut the fuck up. Like you don't have a valid opinion.
But now they have all of Twitter to because that's all I get on there is right. I don't follow any of them, but just my news feed is all right wing assholes. None of the people I follow.
Nope.
So I only go on there to look up news anymore. I don't actually engage on there. But anyway, the Odyssey. So first they were very upset about Elliot Page's casting as Achilles. But then we finally found out, which I don't know why it took till just this week, that Achilles isn't in the movie.
You're right.
Now, I knew Achilles wouldn't be in the movie because he dies in the Iliad, but spoiler for a 1,000-year-old fucking epic. But I thought maybe they were going to do like some kind of flashback to to like Troy or something. So I thought, oh, maybe that's why. But apparently, no Achilles. Elliot Page just plays like a spy character that's only in the movie for maybe 5 minutes. So nothing to be enraged about, but they're still enraged.
Right.
He was supposed to be a masculine hero, not a trans, whatever. And I'm just like, it's a spy character, so they're just supposed to be small and sneaky.
Well, also, this just shows you how fucking stupid people are. Because I forget if it was in the actual trailer for just something that was online, but they saw like there was footage of of him running into like in the desert.
Yeah.
And like you see him take a drink and like there's nothing there, so it's like he's been in the desert for who knows how long being chased by these people.
Probably delirious.
Yeah, he can't even run like a man, like, and it's just like, well, how would you run in a desert under those circumstances, you fat fuck?
Also, very short scene of the running. You don't know if that's because the thing they were given like, oh, Elliot Page, oh, fucking running like a girl and a blah blah blah, and then they go into the mental health and all this shit. I'm just like, I mean, I saw the X-Men movie where. What was the character? Kitty Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Not Kitty Fox, Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, Kitty Pryde.
Well, Juggernaut was chasing Kitty Pryde, and Elliot Page was running like fucking sprinting, you know? Like, just straight. It wasn't running like a girl from what I remember, so fuck off with that. But anyway, the other thing was Lupita Nyong'o's Helena Troy.
Well, just that there's black people in it.
Well, yeah. But that was the main thing. So Helena Troy is supposed to be this beautiful, whatever. Okay. I could agree that the casting's a little odd for, supposed to be like the whitest of white characters. Supposedly. I mean, how many white people were in like the Greek area at the time?
But that's my thing also too. It's just like, this is a Greek like ancient epic, and it's just like whatever these people's definition of white, like, you know what I mean? It's like
Greeks aren't white.
No, they'd be closer to black people anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Even if you're
Louis C.K.'s famous black guy falling asleep on the forklift bit, when he goes and tells his Greek friend about it, he's like, Greeks aren't white or black. They have big noses and tan skin. They're floppy, whatever. Right. Like, Greeks they're not white people. They used to. Italians and Greeks and even Irish, I think, used to not be categorized as white people.
No, the only reason they got categories as white people is whenever the KKK ranks were dwindling, and they needed, because before the KKK was against those people.
Which is why now you see like people of Latin American origin who are white passing are able to join such white supremacist groups, because they're just like, you don't have many.
Yeah.
Lupita Nyong'o's character is only in the movie for like 3 minutes. So it's probably just a flashback scene. Because again, back to Troy with the Iliad. I don't remember Helena Troy being in the Odyssey at all.
Right.
Because it's Odysseus traveling or whatever. But it's just like a lot of people want the movie to fail and they're upset about the casting. They're upset about the wardrobe. They're upset about this and that. And it's just like, it's not a fucking direct adaptation of the Odyssey because the Odyssey is how many years old?
Right.
1,000, 2,000? Like, it's so old. More than 1,000. Still got the exact date of the Odyssey.
But when you do that, like, that was one of those videos I sent you was she was complaining about the wardrobe. And she was showing clips of what people were wearing in the movie. And they're like, but then look at this cosplayer. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, if you want authenticity, it's probably closer to what's in the actual movie than, you know, because they're not going to be walking around in these bright colored, like, you know what I mean?
Especially after like 10 to 20 years on the sea and shit. Like, they're just.
If you want to see that shit, go watch 300.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
So they would have dressed in the fancy garb, like the higher ups.
Right.
You know, maybe even like the generals or something. Do you think like every member of the military was dressed in these fucking highfalutin, super expensive to make, colorful garb?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Odyssey is about 3,000 years old. I don't think it really matters. It's just a fucking movie.
Right, like,
if you don't like the movie, fine, but I don't think it is something that you should have such strong opinions on. And if they just did straight white casting, do you think this would even been an issue? Like if they just had a bunch of whiteys and they kept everything else, you know, like the big thing about using the word dad and Tom Holland wearing pants instead of a toga and just whatever other dumb shit they're harping on now. Do you think they would have cared about any of that if they didn't have Lupita Nyong'o or Elliot Page?
The people that are complaining now wouldn't.
No.
But there would be, and I think there would be, this one would be a little bit more reference of being like, hey, there's no color at all in it. It's like, because you'd think, like, especially with all the traveling that happens in that story, you would come across some different colored people.
Yeah. And, well, again, it's the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And you know what's on the other side of the Mediterranean Sea there? Like, you have Greek and Italy and stuff up north. You know what's south of that on the other side? Northern Africa.
Right.
Who lives in Africa, Spencer? And this brings another point into play, and that is how many fucking movies of set in like Africa and stuff and Egyptians are all white people.
Yeah.
How many Egyptian movies we get where it's just all white cast? It's like, where's the big uproar then? Like, these people weren't fucking white.
See, I find it more offensive, and I like him, but I find it more offensive of casting Matt Damon as...
Yeah. Odysseus.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not even anywhere I would think that he would look like. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a little tricky because obviously after 20 years, Odysseus is older, though he's not fucking 50 or 60 or whatever Matt Damon is now. So, like, Tom Holland's character would make sense as, like, Odysseus, but then after the 20 years...
Right. You'd have to get another actor or
yeah, so that would be the only issue. But obviously, unless they're able to make Matt Damon look really young at the beginning of the movie... Right. What's the thing? We don't know because the movie... We only seen, like, very short trailers.
Well, again, like, I don't picture even just, like, what he looks like.
Yeah.
Like, what Matt Damon looks like is not what
not
I would...
bearded.
Yeah, is not what I would think, you know.
Almost like a Julius Caesar, you'd think. Because Odysseus... Well, he was like a good wrestler and everything. He wasn't like a powerhouse.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't like an Ajax character. He was like more of a... He was the smart fella.
Right.
You know? Are you going to see the movie? In the theater? I would like to see an IMAX, but we don't have like a nearby IMAX.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I don't know about... I would like to watch it, but yeah, I don't know if I'll catch it in theater. Because it's like 3 hours?
I mean, I haven't seen Oppenheimer, so...
Right, yeah. And those directly tie into each other.
Yeah, of course.
Again... If you see the movie and you don't like the movie, like, that's fine. It's just, like, have some actual, like, legitimate reasons of why you don't like things other than just being a fucking racist asshole.
That's the thing that pisses me off is just, like, you're being a racist asshole. It's like when you go into something and you're looking for the things you're not going to like. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, when I watched that shitty Rings of Power show, I didn't go into it going, oh, I want to hate this. I wanted to like it.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, more Lord of the Rings stuff set in, like, Silmarillion universe. Fucking awesome. Oh, they did everything wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't care that they made the Hobbit people black. I just didn't like that they were like really shifty, shitty, awful people.
Right.
I was like, well, this sucks. And it's like, oh, then we get Tom Bombadil. Oh, he's lame. Okay, not colorful, not fanciful. Okay, well we get you know what? I don't want to talk about Rings of Power. It makes me mad.
Well, I was gonna say apparently Andy Serkis is in a little bit of trouble for being.
I saw that because he was talking about that new Lord of the Rings. Is it a movie? I think they're doing.
It's something. Yeah,
it's about like the search for Gollum or something. What was he talking? What was his thing? I saw it and I already forget.
It was something about how he thought like how the characters should probably be white because there was more.
Oh, it's like an English story.
Yeah.
Well, for one, I will just say this: he's an actor.
Right.
He didn't write the Lord of the Rings.
No.
So his opinion is only weighed as much as the importance you put on an actor that's in the movie. Like, he's not, just because he does the voices for like the audiobooks and stuff, doesn't mean he wrote the fucking thing, you know? Even if you had Christopher Lee sharing that sentiment when he was alive, it wouldn't matter because he didn't write the fucking books. But Tolkien did write the books, and he said it as an English mythology. He wanted to give England like this kind of mythology, and he still does have like characters that aren't just white, you know. But he never goes into detail about having like African-centric characters or anything. So I don't know. That whole thing's moot to me. I don't really give a shit. I don't. This is again another thing people just want to be upset about. So anyway, we have a great episode for you.
Oh, do we?
No, I don't have a topic.
Oh, okay.
DBS maybe.
Ah.
But I have things to discuss.
Okay.
That are important.
All right.
To only me.
All right.
So we'll do that after, I don't know, 37 seconds of intro music. I don't know how long. I never actually played the whole song. I don't know if you knew that. Every once in a while at the end, I'll throw the whole song, but I only
just
to
like
snippet.
pat it to get an extra minute or
couple,
so.
Yeah, a couple minutes song, but it's always just a little snippet.
When it's like 29 minutes, it's like, this is going to be an episode that has the whole song.
Yeah, whole song, whole outro. I am your host of the Drunken Pen Ready podcast, which you are listening to. I am Caleb James. I always forget the K.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I say I forget the K. I literally say that every time I forget it for 50 episodes in a row. And I go, Caleb James K, because that's where you find me on the internet.
Right.
CalebJamesK.com. You can get me in Starlight Pulp Review 8. I got a story, and it's great. I'm just bringing that up because I bought some shirts off I'm excited to get.
Yes.
Anyway, I said I'm your host, Caleb James. With me as always, Spencer, the Byzantine Bumblebee. Fuck, I forgot the verb. It was gross. It was a gross one. Okay, take two. Spencer, the Byzantine Bumblebee Bugger Church. You're bugging them. Now, since they're so small and they also have stingers near their butt, I don't even know how they poop really.
Yeah.
I'm imagining you're not English buggering them.
No.
You're bugging them as in...
I just got like a stick I'm poking at.
Poking them. Yeah, you're just the bumblebee.
Could say names.
Yeah. You buzz off.
Your stripes are uneven.
Yeah. Very stupid. Just because we did the Odyssey, I was like, what's around that time? I don't know. The Byzantine Empire, probably way before, way after.
Now, what color were bees back then?
Probably fucking jet black. Let me look up hold on. Bees.
I know if another one that was like
in ancient Greece.
What color were the carrots during the
yellow, I think?
Yeah, the
purple. Any color but orange. They had bees, and they look like regular bees. Supposedly. So, Spencer, I have some news.
Okay.
Related to my obsessive reading as of late.
Yeah.
So last week, I don't even know where we left off with my reading talk, but last week I finished Stoner.
Right. Which you really liked.
Yeah, by John Williams. Stoner, which is the tale of a young poor guy who ends up going to a university, falls in love with academic life, and everyone seems to be dead set on just making his life not well. And it's about stoicism, and I told you this in text, and I still feel this way. I think it might be the best book I've ever read.
Right.
Also, it relates to my life a lot in just being like, oh, I just want to read and write and, enjoy being a learned individual. But then everything seems to try to derail me. He has a work nemesis that just fucking... That's where I think you would like it. He gets this guy who becomes like his work nemesis, and he doesn't like fucking have any problem with the guy, but the guy just for whatever reason. Yeah. And just makes it so like, the guy gets in charge of something, so it's like Stoner ends up getting like the worst shifts, even though he's been a professor for however long. Just all this shit, and it's just like everything, like the guy's home life, and it's just like very touching. It has one of the most beautiful endings I've ever read in a book.
Okay, and
I was just like, God damn! It actually made me tear up, and then like I told you, I actually after I finished it was like I flipped to the first page, like, should I just read this again? Not just because like I want to be like I just want to be like I want to experience this again. Yeah. Now knowing the story, I didn't because I have other things to read. But that was one of the few times I've made Lord of the Rings where I thought that. Mm-hmm. But Lord of the Rings is much longer. Mm-hmm. I read Stoner in like 3 days.
Right.
After Stoner, I read, which also like I shouldn't have did it, but I went on Reddit and was looking up stuff about it. Modern readers have found some problematic things in the story set in the fucking 1920s and 30s.
For Stoner?
Yeah. Like, it's a very unproblematic book, in my opinion. Might be one of the few books I've read in the last year that doesn't have the N-word in it at all.
Oh, especially for that time period.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I don't remember reading it. Because every other fucking book I've read, even like the Neon Bible, which I'll get to, it's like, oh, that's not going to have it. He was 16 when it does. But when I was reading the Reddit stuff, it was just like, Stoner's wife in the book is probably next to maybe Kathy from East of Eden, the most despicable, I wouldn't say villain because she's not supposed to be like a villain because it's not like that kind of story. Mm-hmm. But in my life, that would be a villain. Is the most despicable character I've read.
It's like a personal villain.
Yeah, it's fucking. She's just an awful character. But now modern audiences, because like the whole feminist thing, like went into it, going, well, you have to understand her trauma and her upbringing and blah blah blah. And I was like, it doesn't mean she has to be the most evil fucking person there is in like a real life setting.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get like trauma shapes you, but it doesn't, you still have a choice.
It doesn't also make you a bitch.
Yeah, you don't have to be, bitch would be putting it very lightly. Like when you read it, you're just gonna be like you're gonna be reeling with anger, I think. The character, like, I could not agree with the, like, I get the sentiment of why this character is the way she is to a degree, but every other part of it, I'm just like, no, I do not agree with the sentiments they shared. But anyway, after that, I immediately went into John Kennedy Toole's The Neon Bible, which he wrote when he was 15, 16.
Fucking asshole.
I told you off air, it reads like We Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson, like an immature version.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering.
Yeah. Well, that story is told from like, what was her name? Kat, the girl.
Oh yeah, I
think that might have been. She was like a young girl, like autistic, pretty much. Same thing. Like that character, but just a boy, pretty much. Not crazy, though. He's not murdering people. But as far as you know, he's a normal kid. Just had a bit of a hard life. But the way it's written, it's a very fast read, but because the language is so simple, because he's only 16, unlike Confederacy of Dunces, which I wouldn't say was a hard language, but he used some good words, you know. It is, I thought that's the thing. I was reading some reviews on that, and some people, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. No, it's not.
Right.
But a lot of people were also like, meh, he's not, I get it, he's 16, but meh. And I'm just like, yeah, but you probably don't read that much good fiction or something. Like, if you read Shirley Jackson, I think you would like, the Neon Bible, if you like that style. Just the way it was written, it was very engaging.
So is it like kind of like a creepy kind of thing too? Or is it more kind of like satire-y, like?
No, neither. I would say it's gothic, kind of. It's supposed to be like everyone compares it to like a Flannery O'Connor, but I never read her, so I couldn't judge. But apparently she does like I think Southern Gothic and a lot of religious themes, so I get that. Obviously, the Neon Bible was in the name. But the way it's written, I think, like, there are parts that are kind of creepy because it's so immature, though. And obviously, he didn't have, like, an editor because it wasn't ever supposed to come out. It came out way after he died. It's not, like, one of those things where you read it and it's, like, actively like, oh, this is creepy. Like how, We Always Lived in the Castle, the town is described as like, oh, that's fucking creepy. Yeah. It's not like that, but it has elements of that.
Okay.
Now, the end, I thought was like, yeah, okay, that's pretty fucking cool. I would highly recommend people just it's like 170 something pages. Bigger, like you could get through like in an hour probably if you really wanted to read it hard. So that was cool.
You know me, I like to read hard.
Yeah, you're a hard reader. So I really enjoyed that for what it was. I gave it 4 stars. I mean, that's the thing is like a lot of people who've read what I've read become snobs or already are snobs. So if they read something like that, they're not going to give it a good rating because like, I rate things differently, as you know. So if, I'm like reading a fucking fantasy or a sci-fi or something, that's going to be a different rating than some fucking gravity's rainbow bullshit, you know? Like, I'm not going to rate them on the same scale. Anyway, I moved on. I don't think you're going to like this.
Oh, yeah?
You might like it. I don't know. I don't know how you feel these days. As I say, you're not going to like it because it might fucking fall back on you at some point in the future. Not the near future. So I started reading literally last night right before bed.
It seemed like a good time to do that.
Blood Meridian.
Yeah.
So I said I was going to reread it, and since you're getting 1Q84, like I'm like, oh, well, I want to get to that, and that's long. So I'll go through Blood Meridian. 20, 30 minutes, I'm 40 pages in.
Oh, yeah? Is it completely different after reading?
Completely different experience now. I'm fucking loving it already because now I know, ignore that there's no punctuation or minimal punctuation, no quotations, fucking shit. I still had to reread some sentences, like, who's talking?
Yeah.
But, like, the language, I'm like, holy fuck. Because after reading Sutri, which is probably still harder language than this one, I'm just like, I get it now. And so now I'm smitten.
Yeah.
So this might, 40 pages is 40, 50 pages is a little too soon to be able to say that this might end up becoming one of my top books. But I could see it. I'm interested to see if like all the violent stuff gets as boring as it did the first read. But as you remember, when we went to the first read, I was thinking, oh, just Dead Baby Tree. Like that's, horror. But it's not. It's not any of that. It's a Dead Baby Tree, but it's not written as to be like a horror book. So I'm interested to see my view in a couple weeks. Like,
so do you remember like where you left off last time?
I want to say I was like almost smack dab in the middle. It's like 300 something pages. I want to say I made it to like 150.
Because I figured that like that's gonna be like the interesting point. Like once you get past that,
get to the new stuff.
Yeah.
It does suck because I know the ending because we looked it up and did all the other stuff. But now having known Cormac McCarthy's style and the way he can switch styles and also having reread Moby Dick, and because this is heavily influenced, like Blood Meridian's heavily influenced from Moby Dick, I could see a lot of allusions I missed the first time, obviously, because even though I read Moby Dick before that, I hated Moby Dick the first time. I didn't love harpooning nearly as much as I do now. You know, spermaceti was like a fucking, I don't know how many, I was going to say something letter word, but I don't know how many letters are in spermaceti. But I enjoy it, Herman Melville's Moby Dick, the second reading, much more than the first. But anyway, bringing back to you, Spencer, I'm interested to see, like, after, I don't know, a couple years, if you start reading, like, maybe Child of God or some of the easier, more accessible McCarthy reads, and then going back to Blood Meridian.
I'm going to say, so would that be your advice, is to try to read some of the other...
Don't do what I did, where I think I read The Road, which is a fine start, but then I was like, Blood Meridian.
Right.
No, you don't read it like that. It's like you read, maybe all the Pretty Horses or like some of the easier ones to get into. So like I would recommend to you all the Pretty Horses. I'd be cool as if maybe our next group read in the future would be
the trilogy.
No, I would like to do that, but that's a stack, bro. Would be, because I haven't read it either, is No Country for Old Men.
Oh,
because then we can watch the movie too.
Yeah,
which is a Oscar-winning movie.
I have said before that I'd be interested to see what that is like.
Yeah, so I would say like your next McCarthy read and the next one I'll do with you would be No Country for Old Men, because then we both have something fresh.
Right.
Versus like I read most of his other work, and then like his two new books before he died, like.
You haven't seen. Really
I'll read them eventually, but I'm not that interested in quantum physics, and I'm sure you aren't either.
Especially quantum physics from him.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like it's like one thing if there was like.
Well, apparently he was very mathematically inclined, and like that's what his actual interest was, not writing.
Right.
So he must know what he's talking about, but it's not gonna help me.
But but it's like if you saw like hey, Andy Weir had a new book and it was. What I mean? You'd be like, all right, that makes sense.
I don't think Cormac McCarthy's going to explain it in a way like Andy Weir where you can understand as the layperson.
Yeah,
I think McCarthy will do it like he does Spanish in Blood Meridian. It was like, if you know Spanish, you get it, which I do. That's another thing that's helping is I know Spanish way better now than I did when we read it the first time. So like, I don't have to translate the Spanish or like really sit there and focus. I just read it like like it's English,
right?
Which is nice for the most part. There's some words because he still uses archaic words.
Right.
So he's archaic Spanish. Fuck you. But I would imagine he'd write his quantum physics stuff the same way he writes the Spanish. But you should just know it, stupid.
Fucking know it.
But I think No Country for Old Men would be a cool thing for us both to tackle.
And I couldn't imagine that being too like long of a book.
No, I don't think it is.
I would think more closer to The Road than like Sentry, because wasn't Sentry pretty big?
Suttree was pretty big and written like a roided up Blood Meridian. Though I don't remember Suttree necessarily having pages of just like one paragraph. Suttree was more broken because there's a lot more dialogue and it was, more entertaining.
Right.
But it was meant to be somewhat funny, whereas Blood Meridian, I don't think there's a laugh to be had.
No.
At least from what I remember. I don't remember anything going, that's what I'm
What would you do if you was out on the street? First of all, just this concept in general is going to be a little bit out there. But say you was out there out in the wild and you saw somebody reading, just that in general, that's crazy enough. But you saw them reading Blood Meridian, but then you saw them also reading Blood Meridian and just being like, ha 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 ha. Like,
wouldn't go near that person. It is odd to me that I've met multiple people who say that Blood Meridian's their favorite book.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember I was talking to Mike at the comic shop one day, and I forget if there was a sale or just a guy in there, but I was talking about for some reason Mike brought up Blood Meridian, I think, and I was like, yeah, so far it's the only Cormac McCarthy book I didn't like, and the guy overheard and just like went on this little mini tirade about his favorite book, and I didn't read it right and stuff, and I was like, dude, my favorite book's Suttree. I get the language. Of course, at the time I wasn't. Not that I wouldn't understand Blood Meridian, I don't think I had the constitution to stick with that kind of thing. But having read such hard fiction now, like, that's no problem.
Because I know even Colin was just like, because he finished Blood Meridian and was just like, eh.
Yeah. Again, like, he reads a lot, mostly like crime fiction and noir and stuff, so he's going for like a plot that's the payoff. Whereas I think like you'd have to really be involved in looking for allusions and metaphor and just trying to break down the language.
Cormac McCarthy always kind of seems like a statement guy.
Yeah,
like he's always trying to say something with his writing.
It's never just a story. It's never just like a escapism story with him. Even like Child of God and stuff, where it's just like a guy fucking dead bodies and shit. It's like, oh no, there's a lot more to this than that, even though it's a very small book. Like everything I read from him is like, yeah, like you said, a statement. That's a hard thing for, I think, especially modern readers, because we never, at least I wasn't in school, trained or learned to look for stuff like that. Like, we're just you read the story, and what's the author trying to say? Maybe that's about it.
Right.
But you're not, like, really trying to, oh, no, this is, like, going back to Moby Dick, and this is, like, allusions to this and that, and here's an allegory.
Talking about the war.
Yeah. Like, the only thing I learned about in school, like, allegory is the definition. Like, that was, like, I don't remember ever fucking really, hey, we're going to read Grapes of Wrath, and you're going to have to figure out what the allegory is. Like, no, we didn't do that shit. So I think that is all I'm up to. And then after Blood Meridian, I will read 1Q84 with you. Did you start it yet?
Not yet, because like I just finished The Man Who Died 7 Times.
How was that?
Yesterday. It was fun. I liked it. I would like you to read it just because I would like to see what your take is on it. But it's not like oh dude, you got to read it right now kind of thing.
It's still like the Neon Bible. Like you read it, but you don't have to read it right now.
Yeah, but I would definitely like to see what your views on, especially also too, since you've read a lot more Japanese literature than me too. I'd like to see, because I think this is more of like a modern, like the guy died, but I think it was like written within like the 10 or 15 years, I think, when I looked it up. So yeah, I'd like to see what your thoughts on that would be when you can eventually, because again, it's like that, it's like 285, I think. So it's not, and it's written very easily. Like I don't think you would have a problem, just tearing right through it.
Who was the translator on that? Did it say?
It did say. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it is on there.
I think we discussed that before. I forget too. I'd be interested to see like you going from that to one of Haruki Murakami's more, I wouldn't say challenging works, but ambitious. Say one of his more ambitious works. It'd just be interesting because you get like, I forget when 1Q84 is set. I want to say the 80s, maybe the 90s. But just to like read that, like his version of Japan with his Western slant that he always has, versus like you just came from an actual just Japanese author. I'd imagine writing very Japanese
and then
stuff.
Also having the other, having Rumerica, and his stuff is very like nihilistic and
dark Japan,
and like real, but also fucked up thing, like crazy things happen, and you know what I mean. So
I'm interested to see how fast I get through 1Q84 this go around.
Yeah,
because now that I've read such fucking dense stuff. It's just like I feel like I really like Stoner. Like I read through that so fast.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like just trying to speed read. I was taking my time, but I was just so engaged with the material that it was almost like watching a movie, It was just like nice.
Yeah, so I'll probably start 1QA for sometime within this like upcoming week. I was gonna try to give myself a couple of days and maybe try to get through a couple graphic novels because like because I don't know about you, but I'm probably just gonna go from 1QA4 to it just to know because like my goal is to try to have 1QA4 done by like the end of August and then have it done by like the end of September.
I mean, you figure that's pretty ambitious just for the fact that technically 1QA4 is 3 books.
Yeah.
So you'd read 3 books in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd read another book of the same size within a month. Of course, you already read that one, so.
Yeah, I'm hoping that once I.
But you'd have to like mid-October for us to do an episode on it.
But I just would like to have it done as soon as possible, just with them being the sizes that they are and stuff.
Right. Well, that's the plans, folks. If you want to join us on these reads, start now.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get through them quickly.
Yeah, because I imagine we're probably not going to take you long to get through the Blood Meridian, probably.
I don't think so, unless I start having problems again. But like I said, I don't think I will this time. What, within like 30 minutes, I'm 40 pages in?
Yeah.
If I keep up that, I'll be all right. Because Blood Meridian, I did forget, like, because the way the prose does flow, you could actually read it pretty fast. And also the way, like, the chapters and stuff, they have enough breaks. It's like, it's not really one of those ones where you get held up other than the language.
Oh, it's like one of those ones where they have, like, a break in the scene, like, multiple breaks in the scenes within a chapter.
It's almost like when I read Something Wicked This Way Comes by Bradbury, where I started slow because of the language. But then once I got a hang of it, I was like, oh, and I sped through it.
Once you learned the language of the book, you kind of...
But now that I already know McCarthy's language, having read his other challenging works, I don't have a problem. I'm not getting stuck up. Like, I don't have that learning curve. It's like, oh, like when we did it the first time, like I never did get it. No. I never got a hold of it. Like halfway through, I was just like, fuck, can't do it anymore. So I don't have that problem. So yeah, I should get through that pretty quickly. Anyway, folks, if you like our content, you can follow us at DBW Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all that fun stuff. CalebJamesK.com if you want to see my publishing history. Like I said, Starlight Pulp 8 is out. What else was I in, Spencer? Nothing until October.
Wasn't you in like a Chill magazine or something recently?
I was in the last issue of Chill magazine. I got a poem in that. But you can read that for free on my Instagram or my post on my website. You don't have to buy the magazine for just one poem. That's what the thing is. Like when it comes to poetry, if it's only one poem, I'm not gonna make people like spend $20 unless they want the magazine, which it is a really cool magazine. If you check it out, you might actually really like it. But anyway, we thank you for listening. Spencer's OnlyFans. He is a Byzantine kind of guy, and he's bugging bumblebees, not buggering, bugging,
no, bugging.
A little different. Anyway, we'll check you out next week, or as of the recording of this episode, 5 weeks, a minute. We're going to record the next episode immediately after, but the episode will drop a week later. So we'll check you out then, and thank you for listening.